Yo, it's Underground Rap News. Today we're interviewing Kantu. So we're just gonna jump right into it. First question I have for you is how did you come up with your artist name?
I came up with an artist name. So pretty much back when I was young, I'd say 12, 13, my dad bought me a PlayStation. And with that PlayStation, he would like playing Gears of War. So there's a character in Gears of War called Kantuftw. Now that character, when he was typing the username to make for me, he misspelt it and it just stayed Kantu. So I just adopted that as my gamer tag, and throughout the years, just made that my artist name, something that I'm familiar with. So.
What city did you grow up in?
Um, so I was born in Poland, but I was raised in Belfast in Northern Ireland, which is in the UK, north of Ireland. Pretty small place. It's not the best, I suppose, but it's also not the worst. People here are amazing, and yeah, I mean, what else is there better than that?
Yeah. So how old are you right now?
Right now I'm 18, so I am.
Uh, so how would you describe your childhood if you had to sum it up?
I'd say it was very good, very good. Loving parents, always had what I wanted. Either way, caring family and all that. There was really no trouble ever, I suppose. And it was just fun with my friends, all the memories we made.
Okay. So how did you get into making music and what really led up to you actually making your first song?
So back in 2018 or 2019, I was a huge fan of Dax, and I used to just listen to him. And one thing that he did was he responded to fans. So I used to message him, talk to him, and that gave me motivation to make music. And it's something that, I've always listened to music since I was young, with my dad and stuff, listening to like the likes of Tupac and Biggie. So I decided here, I'll give it a go. I sold my PlayStation at the time. I bought myself some little microphone stand. I was making stuff in the closet.
So I know you mentioned Dax. Do you have any other people who were some of your biggest inspirations?
Yes, with Dax, we had like the likes of Hobson, the likes of Juice World, but what really influenced me in the later years of me as being as an artist would be the likes of like Juice World, Future, and Yeet, and what to
Uh,
make it.
so, what are some of the biggest challenges you overcame in your career from the time you first dropped your first song up until now, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Um, Many challenges that I think every artist, including myself, faced was the motivation and just not wanting to do it. But over time, I kind of realized it's something that I have to do because I want to do it. It's my dream to do. And there was times where I wanted to quit music. I would just not drop. But then that motivation hit me when I started going out in person into the music scene that there is in Belfast, meeting a lot of artists, meeting a lot of people, and having this close bond with other artists, musicians from here. It kind of like made me realize like there's a lot of people having the same dream, and everyone should like go and help each other out. So I met like 50, I'll say 30, 40 artists from Belfast, and all of them they're pretty dope. And sometimes we go out and chill, all that, and that gave me that motivation, that spark to continue making music in a way.
All right. So, what would you say has been your favorite moment of your career so far?
Favorite moment. Honestly, I probably say my first performance. Like I remember when I started going to the studio, my the owner of the studio, he was like, "Hey, we have this event coming up. You want to be part of it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I sent him a couple songs, and then he was like, "Here, you're performing this date." And on the performance, I think there was like 20 artists performing. It was crazy, but the attendance was about 250. So it's also nerve-wracking, seeing all
Mm,
those people there in the crowd, and it's just, but it was great. I think I was like the best moment in my career that made me realize like I love this. I love it. I want to keep doing it forever. I don't know, and then I had like another show, and every time I have a show, it's just the best feeling ever, being
Yeah,
connected with people.
yeah, for sure. So the next question I have for you is what's been the biggest achievement in your career besides the numbers? So aside from getting streams, selling tickets, and all the money, what's been the biggest achievement for you?
I think the biggest achievement really has been for me was meeting a lot of people here. Like I've said that in one of the questions before, but it's the fact if you meet someone here that has does the similar stuff that you do, it's very easy to get along with, and you can easily, you know, just keep having fun. Whether it's making songs, not dropping them, just having them with your friends. You would say, it's just overwhelming.
Yeah, sure. So I'm sure the fans are wondering, what are you working on right now, and do you have any new music in the works?
Yeah, so I have two songs that I'll be releasing. One of them is finished, other one still not finished. My
When
work
can
ethics at the moment kind of trash, but we move on.
when can we expect the release?
Um, I'd say probably sometime around February, mainly because um that's when I feel I'll be ready for it to drop.
All right. So next question I have is, do you fully support yourself off music, or do you still have a job?
No, I still have a job. I feel like this day and age, it's very hard to actually get yourself supported from music.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, I've been working my job, the same job for like 2, 3 years. So and that mainly most of the wages from that job, most of the paychecks go towards music
Hmm.
because I'm at a point where I want to invest in quality, and whether it's music or not, you kind of want to also ensure that in the future it's still going to be quality.
Hmm.
Like if you look, let's say, at your back catalog, your discography, you want to make sure it's the best of the best that you can provide as a person and an artist.
Yeah, for sure. So next question I have for you is, what's your plan on how you're going to continue blowing up and keep elevating yourself?
Well, one of my plans is to do some promotion via TikTok, make some TikToks, whether they're goofy or whether they're just me or the music itself. I feel like also trying out different things, different subgenres, genres even, which I have in the works. So hopefully that'll all work out.
Yeah, for sure. So what are some of your goals that you'd like to accomplish by the end of 2024?
By the end of 2024, I'd like to at least, with numbers wise, get at least 5 songs over 1,000 streams. Currently, that number's sitting on two, but I hope by the end of 2024, I'll have five, and hopefully, I'll have plenty more shows and plenty more collaborations in the works, which is what I'm waiting for. Yeah.
So the next question I have for you is, would you ever sign to a label? And if you did, what would that ideal contract need to look like?
I would say I'd pretty much want to sign to a label, but no, I probably wouldn't want to sign if it's going to be some 360 deal or something along those sorts. Um, the ideal contract would be just to have support from them. Like for example, I was in Warner Music. I went to their press conference in Dublin, Ireland, a few months ago, and they talked about it all there. And you know, I talked to the vice president of Warner. She explained a lot of the stuff, including what they look for and stuff. So that kind of motivated me to do certain things I wouldn't do, so I can get noticed, and hopefully an A&R, will look through
Mhm.
and pick me up.
What did she say they look for, just out of curiosity?
So she said that they look for how you promote yourself in a way, so social media wise, for example, posting on um, TikTok, Instagram, shorts and making sure that it's user generated content, making sure it's you making that content and trying out different fonts, all that. And what they also look for is you about your uniqueness and your voice. Number one thing she said as the ANR was the voice. If the voice you have is something they want, they're gonna keep looking into you.
All right, for sure. And next question I have for you is, who are the top three artists you want to collab with someday?
Collab with someday. That list changes a lot, a lot, a lot. For my top three, I'd say one of them is The Holiday.
Mm,
I'd like to collaborate with him. I've been a fan of him since 2020, and I just love his music. I love what he does, and hopefully one day that will happen. I'm trying to manifest that. You
mm.
know,
So,
um, and the second artist, third artist, that will probably be one of them. My top one will probably be Destroy Lonely. Um, just because I think he's just great. The way he, makes his songs, the way he promotes himself. For example, if looks could kill, I had that stuck on repeat. I couldn't like stop off that. And then, I looked up some if looks could kill type beat on YouTube and tried to do something similar.
mm,
Um, and then number two or something, I'd probably say mm, Lancey Fox probably. Hopefully that'll I mean, I say hopefully, but
yeah,
you have to manifest stuff. So,
yeah. So, who's your favorite artist you've collabed with so far?
oh, so I'd say so. I collab with a lot of artists, a lot of local artists, and a few American artists. Um, but I'd probably say one of my good friends, close collaborators, Squire. Me and him, we'd go to the studio. Uh, we'd go there, we'd get a couple of drinks in, and then we'd make two, three songs, and we would never release them. But it was fun making them. So I'd probably say Squire, my close friend.
So, what's your favorite song you've made so far?
Oh, that's a tough question. I will say it's an unreleased one.
What's
And
it?
I also will say that it's gonna come out soon.
What's it called?
Um, it actually doesn't have a name right now.
All right.
Um, I kind of named it a random like name, like something something V3. You know.
Yeah, for you. So, what would you say is the biggest thing that makes you different from other artists?
One thing I think that makes me different is because, well, a lot of people here where I live locally as well as I'd say internationally is to have this big aspiration to be something big, but you also gotta, realize that you have to cater towards an audience. You can't just, uh, you know, you can have an audience of one city, but then if you want to broaden that audience, you have to be more general, more, more warming with your music in a way. And I think in some of my songs, or if not most of my songs, do that quite well. Since where I live, everyone has a Irish accent, and I wouldn't say my accent's that Irish.
Mm,
I don't know. It's mixed, but um, yeah. I think it's just also the work ethic. Sometimes I take the song I was talking about. That's my best song. It's gonna come out soon. That song. It took me about a week, 2 weeks of trying to get finished, re-recording, redoing everything. It's still not mixed yet and getting that done. So yeah.
So, do you have any other hobbies outside of music?
Yeah, I used to play football, or as Americans would call it, soccer.
Mhm.
But I used to play that. I used to play for a team called the Rangers Academy. It's a
All
very
right.
big team in Scotland. I played for them, and after that, I just kind of like lost my passion for it. But I still go out with my friends or not play football or soccer, and have fun around it. And then if it's not that, it's gaming, you know.
What are some of your favorite games to play?
Oh, at the moment, it has to be Modern Warfare 3.
All right,
I would say Fortnite, but you know, Modern Warfare 3.
all right. So, what's your average daily routine look like right now?
Um, well, depends what day actually, but an average routine would be, me waking up and then, going to college or something because I still go to college, so I do. And after college, get home, make a song, or even try to make a song. 'Cause sometimes, it doesn't work like that. You can't make a song, so you got to keep working on it. And then, yeah, if not, I'm just chilling, going out to events, parties, clubs, and whatnot. Just like a normal routine, I suppose.
What are you majoring in college?
At the minute, I'm doing music production, so I am.
Right?
So that's been very helpful in learning how to mix, learning how to do live sound, learning how to um, host events, that stuff. Learning how to become an engineer, all that stuff. It's actually quite fun,
Yeah,
but
that's definitely some useful knowledge too.
it is.
So, the next question I have for you is, what is your number one biggest red flag in a girl?
Oh, oh, oh. There's multiple,
I
right?
mean, you can name multiple if you want.
Okay, so I suppose it's when. That's a tough one. You put me on the spot here. Hold on. I wasn't prepared for this question. When you said red flag, I was like, hold on. No, I don't know. You're right, all right. You know when you talk to a girl and like all of a sudden they're like telling all their like all their mates and all that, and they're just mocking you.
I've never had that
No,
happen
no,
to me.
no, no, no. I mean, there's a lot. For example, I'm gonna say this, but I do mean it when I say this. Them being Cardi fans, Ken Carson fans, or the Sure Lonely fans,
Oh
they're
yes,
the biggest red flags you'll ever see.
yeah,
Like,
for
I'm
sure.
sorry, but with that attitude that they have because that music they listen to, nah, I'm sorry. That's a red flag. You gotta be a Swiftie or you gotta be, I don't know, a Lana Del Rey girl, then that's a green flag.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Next question I have for you is, what are some of the biggest green flags in a girl?
Um, when they Well, there's also multiple, but list one or two. I'd say the biggest green flags would be knowing how to treat a person right, knowing how to do that. I feel like a lot of girls don't know how to do so, or a good green flag would be when they're caring,
Mhm.
which, or if they drive, I need some lifts. I don't drive yet.
You don't got your license yet?
I don't have a license. Like I have a car, but not a license.
What kind of car you have?
I got a Volkswagen,
All right, not
pretty
bad.
decent.
All right. So next question I have for you is, what are some of your favorite foods?
Foods. Oh, this is a tough one because it always changes. Um, at the moment, what I'm really, really, really liking, now you just don't have this in America, but you know what fish and chips are.
Yeah, I do.
So they're amazing. Currently, that's what I've been eating for like the past like week. Just fish and chips or like fish and chicken cajones,
Mm,
chicken dippers, whatever you call them in America. But it changes.
yeah,
Some days it might be burritos. Some
mhm,
days it might be anything. I don't know. It really depends.
yeah, for sure.
Depends.
All right. What are some of your least favorite foods right now?
Least favorite fruit? Fruit?
Food.
Food. Oh, so I know when I don't, right. So this is another thing because I'm Polish. There's a lot of Polish foods that me and my family and stuff all would have, and there's one thing called flaki, and it's pretty much um not the intestines of a pig. I don't think it's a pig, but not the intestines, but it's like, well, it literally translates to like intestines, like the inside. I don't know how to explain it, but it comes in like a jar can. When you open it, the smell which makes you want to throw up, and when you eat it, it's like gummy, but it's from an animal, so it's not very good, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
doesn't sound very appealing.
No.
All right. So my next question for you is, what's your favorite clothing brand right now?
Clothing brand right now. Ooh, clothing brand. That also changes a lot. Some days it's Montclair, some days it's Nike, some days it's North Face. But at the minute, I will say Crop. Now, Crop is a Polish brand. It's a very big brand in Poland. This hat is from Crop, and I like it a lot. I have two of those hats, so that's how you know I like it.
All right. Now, I know you said you can't drive yet, but what are some of your dream cars that you want to buy after you get rich?
Oh, after I get rich, only time will tell. No, I mean, I did say to myself actually a few weeks ago, I'd said, I know, a Tesla. But then I was like, I said that to my mates, my friends, and they were like, are you joking me? And I'm like, well, a Tesla's cool, you know, but it's either a Tesla or, of course, a yours. But and it takes some time, some work,
Yeah,
effort, dedication.
yeah. I mean, I've driven multiple Teslas before, and I got to be honest, they're really not worth the hype. Your friends are right. Just get the yours. But next question is, what are some of the biggest things that motivate you?
Hmm. Biggest things that motivate me. I will tell you right now, it's actually receiving messages from people that listen to my music. I remember about a year ago, I received a message. Now, this person, I don't know them, but I know them. They're like mutual. They messaged me saying, "Yo, I really like that song." And the song was a song I did, and it was called "The High and Alone." And that song is off the platform now, off SoundCloud. But for a while, that was my top song. Everyone listened to it. I got a few messages from it. And what motivates me the most about that is when people appreciate the music that you give them, and it was something that I like. For example, release a song, and someone messages me, "Oh, I like this very much," whatever. Or I also have friends that when I started making music, they didn't really like it. They didn't really enjoy it. They were like, "Oh, da 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 da." Da." Once once I got better, they're my close friends and all. So they're but once I got better, they like it. They tolerate it. Sometimes they share it. Sometimes they message me, all that, and it's that's motivating.
All right. So, who's the goat of rap in your opinion?
Really, you're setting me up with this one. Goat of rap. Does it have to be dead or alive?
Yeah, dead or alive, doesn't matter.
Dead or alive. Um, I can't tell you one because there's so many artists, so many factors. But
Mhm.
if I have to tell you a list, so okay, let's say top five, right? Top five. One of them, not in order. Biggie. Then I'd say Juice. Then I'd say, no, I would say Drake, but I don't know if he's top five worthy.
Mhm.
Um, LL Cool J. Well, he wasn't. I suppose he was rap. Was he? LL Cool J. You know that song, "Gangster's Paradise"? Was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'd put 50 Cent there,
Mhm.
and I'd put who else would I put? I'd probably put Peep on there because Peep is the one that kind of sort of started that whole emo rap thing.
Mhm. So, the final question I have for you is, what's some advice that you would give to other underground artists who are trying to get to your level?
hmm Um, some advice I'd give is like to not give up because there's always going to be people that are going to hate, always people that will do that. Um, and it also goes with mental health as well. Some days you might be like thinking of giving up because your song didn't get this amount of streams, this amount of likes. But if you release something and it doesn't go according to plan, it's not because it's bad. It's because the time for that wasn't right. So you gotta just make sure to keep on making songs and pushing. Because if you keep making songs put in, let's say, a song every month, 2 songs every month, that's going to be growth. That's going to be growth. So you're going to, either way, you're going to get what you want, you know?
Mm. All right. Well, that's all we have for today. Make sure y'all go check out Kantu's music. And if you guys want to be interviewed next, send me a DM on Instagram. And thank you for watching.